Here's the rim, nice and clean now. All the glue and old gunk has been cleaned out. This piano seems slightly more dirty than your average antique piano. Maybe it was in a house with a coal stove or something. All the coal dust came up here and settled down on these beams. It's like petting a rabbit. It's so soft and thick. It's gross. So the next step for this case is to clean off all this dust. Here's the bass bridge. Pulling the pins out. Being careful not to dent the wood with these pliers. Some of these are very loose. So we're going to have these about halfway like that. And super glue around the edges, around the bases of these pins. To fill in the cracks, make them nice and solid. And then we plan to strip it. If I can get this last one. Here's the long bridge. Pulling out these old dowels. These are just about impossible to put back. They always shrink. But if we can pull them out in one piece, it helps a lot. Like so. Might pull out. Sometimes they crush and twist off. There we go. There. We will duplicate these and duplicate these dowels and put new ones in. Here's the other half of the soundboard. Stripping the finish off. You can see it is getting much lighter now. There was dark finish all over this soundboard. So it should lighten up quite a bit.
Thank God it comes off. They didn't do it with something that couldn't be removed. Bit of filth on this side. Even this lightens up a great deal. Look, takes a little while. When you hit this with water, especially warm water, it will swell up and it will squeeze out some of this filth. Kind of shocking to see. We had someone looking at one of our videos when we were washing off wood like this, and they were totally turned off. Oh, not too bad. But we'll see. Look at how nice and clean this board is coming. Beautiful wood under here. Gives the board a chance to redimension itself from being in all this shrunken state, glued into the piano, and get them out like this. Let's give it a chance to breathe. I guess. I don't know what else to say. But look at this. See, it takes a few minutes. After the water starts attacking the wood, you'll see some crud come out, and it'll get lighter and lighter. We'll leave this work for a while. We'll do the other side here. A little bit of Tide laundry detergent works very well. We used to wash them with trisodium phosphate, but that isn't necessary. The stuff was a little too strong. Used to get it from the chemical company in Springfield. It was cheap. There. filth around this hole. I wonder why it's so dirty. It is taking off a lot of it. You can see it coming out every time I go like this. Squeegee it out of the wood. Do it as much as we can. It isn't really necessary to get it perfectly white. We don't care about that. But we'll do the best we can with this. I've seen some silly advertisements where piano rebuilders offer bleaching of their soundboards. Bleaching the soundboard. I can't believe it. Jesus. Talk about ruining all your color. Okay. Get some nice clean hot water now. Boy, this is filthy. Every time you go like that, you can see the dirt coming out. How are you going to do this in the piano? Hot water is good. Hotter the better. Well, if you can't get your hands in it, it's too hot. 140 degrees is good. We don't have that temperature today. The water is maybe 110. See that crud coming out? Every time I go like this, more and more brown stuff comes out. Stops after a while. I don't care how much you clean it. You can still tell it's 100 years old. After we're done with it, it's not. Doesn't look like new. We don't really want it to. We wouldn't want anybody to think that we put a new soundboard in. See all this stuff loosening up in here? This was really filthy a moment ago, but as the water begins to be absorbed by the wood, it swells up and it squeezes the stuff out of it. See? Clean. So it takes a few minutes for this to happen. I don't know what happened here. I suspect this discoloring might have come from an attempt to remove the soundboard. Okay. Blast it out of all the holes so the stripper is not in the holes. It works really good. come out looking like this. Some of this discoloration might be coming from the water in the system that we have here. We got a lot of rust in the water. This is only on the surface though. So if we were to be doing this later on, we wouldn't want to use the water out of the heater system. Anywhere where you have a lot of iron in your water, it will darken your wood like this, which is a problem. There. Okay, we'll leave this dry up nice here. Looks good.
Okay, we're getting ready to wash this case off here. And I thought I would show this rear console. Looks like it's loose here and there. Get the knife in there, it's old glue and bits of wood or something. It looks like it shrank. You can see a space there. I think it's loose up to about here. It looks like this piece dips down a little. Back here looks okay. Looks like this piece shrank, I would guess. I would imagine that was tight up against there from the factory. Big gap there now. But I'm just showing this because we're going to wash this off. And I just want to say that this was like this. We did not cause this by washing the case. See, there's some of the glue is missing. So we might need to repair this or re-glue this big rear console. Hopefully it's not too difficult if we need to do it. Here's that rear console from the bottom. You can see it pulled out this piece of maple there with it. There's some mold there too. This was on the soundboard and in the corner. It looked like someone spilled a drink under the plate at one time. We're going to clean all this mold off here. Clean off all the dust on the tops of these beams here. All that filth in there. And the piano should be nice and clean after that. Some old finish there. No gum. We usually find old petrified gum on these, but this one looks gum-free. That's good. And a name here scratched in on this beam. I see an N, an E, S, some kid maybe, J maybe. That's it. Here's something shocking. The next step of cleaning the case. Sorry. Nice soapy water. Helps get all the crud off. Once this is all clean, we have a lot of dry rags on standby. We'll dry it all off quickly. Don't let this sit.
can hear the donkey next door on the farm. There's those rubber things for microphones. Velcro deals. Console moved here a little bit. Well, that's a thick piece of wood. Holy mackerel. Looks like oak. Might be chestnut. Could be oak. Anyways, looks like the glue took some of the wood with it. Pretty clean, pretty quick.
Here we go. Nice and clean. All that mold just wiped right off, that speckled stuff. There were some glue droplets here. Just a little bit left there. That'll be sanded off later. It's nice out today. It's not too hot. The rest of the week's going to be rain, so we did it today. Nice cool breeze. Should dry this off quickly. Not sure what happened here. Looks like someone was poking a bunch of something there. Nice wood. This will need to be fixed. Loose veneer, it's bubbled up from when the soundboard came out. This is from the previous person that tried to take the board out. They had rags here soaking that molding that goes there. In the case, the veneer got a little wet and it loosened up. That's not too difficult to fix. We can do that later. It's a good job though. Nice and clean.
Alright, this is the treble cap for the soundboard on this Steinway, and here's a piece of the soundboard. It's not part of it. We'll save this. We know right where that goes. And this is a curious little piece. A lot of people, or we'll say persons rebuilding pianos, have never even noticed that this is in 7 different pieces. You'd be surprised. I don't know about now, but I know years ago there were some people that had been in the business for 40 years and they never knew that this piece was made like this. Cap and all these little pieces. 7 of them. I remember the first time I took one of these apart, it did the same thing on me. It all fell apart and I was astonished. So you have 7 pieces. And let's see, this is the cap, excuse me. This goes on top to lock it together. They probably wanted this like this because this construction is very, very strong. And this is made out of good old New England northern rock maple. That's some hard stuff. So we're going to glue this back together. take that piece off after, the one on the end, in case you're wondering, because it would glue it good. We don't want that. It's just a guide to line up my pieces for now. So I'm going to push this like so, against there, like that, and then take this nice hot bag. Everything's hot, of course, to give us time. Make sure everything's lined up so it doesn't fly up in the air. I have a safety thing here just in case, just to hold that from buckling up and really causing a big problem here. There we go. Little tricky little thing, 7 pieces. So now we got it snugged up. I'm going to take this, hit this on the end, make sure they're all lined up, and then we're going to make sure they're down. There it goes. Stubborn there for a minute. I'll get rid of this thing. Don't look too bad. Make sure they're down. I should have clamped this thing to the bench here. It's a pain in the neck. But we got it. Now we do. Make sure these are all down. It looks pretty good over here. Very good. This doesn't always go like this. Clamps fly off in the middle of your clamping of your process, and then you got problems. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, 1887, this piano?
81.
81. Some old maple. Good stuff. That's pretty good. Very good. All I gotta do is wash it, and that's it. Oh yeah, and take this off, because that'll be glued there if we don't. Wash this a little bit. Next time I'll clamp this down to the bench, because this is a pain in the neck. There, we got it now. saved it. Now we'll put this cap on, of course. Next.
Back to the soundboard. I removed quite a few of these old shims here. They were all loose and separating from the panels. Just had a big one in there, or multiple small ones. Took them out like that. We have some in this big panel here. Some of these can stay. Some are nice and solid. Ones like these, you can see. We might be able to glue those back. I think we're going to do something with these holes though. So those will probably come out. Some more over here. There's quite a few shims in here. And here they are. Those are all the shims that were in the board. Old shims. Luckily they were glued in with hide glue, so they came out easily. If they had some other type of space age glue, it might have been much more difficult. So I'll keep taking these shims out on this main panel, and we can start piecing the panels together.